Well, you need to recognize what added value biofuels can bring and not just look at the negative elements. If you look for negative elements, you always find negative elements. And in the particular case of European production, we provide fuel and food, and especially the element of food has always been underestimated. It's not been recognized in the public discussion on biofuels. And therefore, what we are saying, people look at what we can do. We can produce animal feed that will replace soy imports. We are importing in Europe over 40 million tons of soy that is coming from South America, from North America, and we can replace a substantial amount of that soy import.
Where's this perception coming from that biofuels are bad?
I guess that we had the very, very bad luck that the biofuel issue was taken up by a green rapporteur, Claude Turmes, who has this vision of how the world should look like. And in his vision, cars do not fit. He doesn't want to have cars. And he certainly doesn't want to have fuels that are called agro-fuels or renewable fuels that would give the driver a kind of justification for what he's doing, driving, because that's what people want to do. They want to be mobile. And he understands perfectly well that if you are going to promote biofuels, people can say, they have a clear conscience. You can say, I'm not using fossil fuels, I'm driving on renewable fuel. So I think that's an important reason why there was such a negative attitude on biofuels. And I think he was extremely lucky that when this directive was being discussed, we had this huge increase of food prices. Yeah? That was a blessing in disguise. Right. I'm pretty sure that if we had a different, let's say, circumstance in terms of food prices and not that many laws on the table to be discussed, but there was a huge bargaining between rapporteurs, then biofuels hadn't been discussed the way they were discussed. It was dealt with in a different way. And I believe, just to conclude, that his hobby horse, which is called iLook, I think that was the final element that he had to put biofuels in a negative spotlight.
Okay.